And also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on abbreviations. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts. Grade 4. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of abbreviations. All right. So we said our chapter is abbreviations. Our subject is English Language Arts, grade 4. And the lessons that we're going to be focusing on today under the chapter of abbreviations is to abbreviate days of the week, to abbreviate months of the year, and also to abbreviate people's titles. All right. So when it comes to abbreviations, right, an abbreviation is a short version of a word. So whether it's going to be a short version of the days of the week, short version of the months of the year, or the short version of titles, right? But it is a short version of a word, and that is abbreviations. So once again, we said an abbreviation, it is a short version of a word. It's like things are kind of shortened. Words are shortened, right? So we have days of the week, right? And days of the week, they are also often shortened, right? Or let's say they are abbreviated. And with abbreviations, right? So we said days of the week, they are usually abbreviated. And the abbreviation, it usually consists of the first three letters or the first four letters of a specific word. And once you, for example, have written, let's say, if we abbreviate the days of the week, it is either the first three letters or the first four letters of a specific word of that, let's say, of the days of the week, and then it is followed by a period. And when it comes to abbreviations, right, in abbreviations for days of the week, they are always capitalized. Because remember, we capitalize days of the week, we capitalize months of the year. So when it comes to us abbreviating days of the week as well as the months of the year, then it also needs to start with a capital letter. All right. So remember, we have 7 days in the week, right? We have Monday, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we have Sunday, right? And if we abbreviate those days of the week, and if we abbreviate the days of the week, let's start by Monday, right? There we have Monday. And if we abbreviate Monday, then Monday will be the first three letters abbreviated with a period. Tuesday, we abbreviate the first four letters with a period. Wednesday, it's like saying only wed, right? And then we also have our period. Same with Thursday, it is thurs. And this is actually five letters, right? Friday is fry, Saturday is set, and Sunday is sun. And then we can also abbreviate months of the year. So most of the year most of the years with the longer names, they are often abbreviated, right? So with months of the year, the names that are longer, we abbreviate those words, and the names that are shorter, we do not abbreviate those words. Those words stays the same. And when we abbreviate the months of the year, we see that the longer names are abbreviated, but the shorter ones are not, right? And the abbreviation consists of the first three or the first four letters of the word, which is the months of the year, followed by a period. And we also abbreviate months of the year, and it needs to be capitalized. And then months with fewer letters, right? If it has got four letters or fewer letters than four, like May, June, and July, they should stay the same, and we are not abbreviating those words because they are shortened already, or they're short words already. So we do not abbreviate those words, we just leave it the same. Which means that June we are not going to abbreviate because it's already short. May we're not going to abbreviate because it's short, as well as July, right? It stays the same. All right, and then we said we have 12 months in the year. And with that 12 months in the year, if we abbreviate the months of the year, and then the first one would be January. So which means that if we abbreviate January, then it will be Jan. And do not forget your period. So Jan and a period. And then we have February, which is going to be Feb. March is five letters, which means that we are abbreviating it to three, which is Mar. April, right, is five letters, which means that we abbreviate to Ap, like with an R. May stays the same. June stays the same. July stays the same. Then August, we abbreviate to Aug. September, we abbreviate to Sept with a T at the end. October, we abbreviate to Oct. November to Nov, and December to Dis. Right? So these are months of the year, and the months of the year we also abbreviate, right? And we say that the abbreviation consists of either three or four letters of the word followed by a period. And the same like we say that with the days of the week, right? It is often abbreviated, and the abbreviation usually consists of the first three or four letters of the word followed by a period. And both months of the year as well as days of the week, it needs to be capitalized. All right. So now first let's go to aplusstudents.ca, where we are going to go over our tutorial lesson and then we do our test. All right. So we're going to aplusstudents.ca. So let's go to the first one, which is to abbreviate the days of the week. And we made mention of the days of the week, and we said that an abbreviation is a short version of a word, right? So before we go on to the test, let us fill in the days that are abbreviated. The missing a days abbreviation. It is Wednesday, Thursday. What comes before Wednesday and Thursday? Don't forget to put you need to write it with a capital letter, and it also needs to end with a period. If we so beautiful, but write it start it with a capital letter. Yes, beautiful. Because if we write a any abbreviated word, and then like let's say specifically days of the week or months of the year, then it needs to be capitalized, right? Followed by a period. So well done. That is great. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All right, so well done. Let's go to our test. Let's just do that one and then we go to our test. All right, so we're going to fill in the missing days abbreviations, right? So we have Thursday, Saturday. So what is missing? Is it Friday and is it Mon? Is it Friday or is it Monday? They're only giving us the abbreviation. And if we were to identify the missing days abbreviation, it says Thursday, and Saturday. Is it Friday that is missing or is it Monday that is missing? All right. So if we were to identify, then we would say Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, because Friday comes between Thursday and it comes between Saturday. So well done. Friday is correct. We need to fill in the missing word. Is it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or is it Tuesday, Thursday, Friday? Which one is correct? Is it Wednesday that is the missing abbreviated word, or Tuesday that needs to come before Thursday and Friday? All right, then if we were to fill in the missing days abbreviation, then we would say it is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes, so well done. Wednesday is correct. Then we have Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Thursday, Friday. Do we say Saturday or do we say Thursday, Friday, Sunday? Which one is correct? Saturday after Friday or Sunday after Friday? All right, so it will be Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. So well done. Saturday is correct. All right, so now let's go to abbreviating months of the year. So well done. Saturday is correct. Now we're going to abbreviate months of the year. And we said with months of the year, we abbreviate also the first, it must either be the first four letters or the first three letters of the specific word, right? And words like May, June, and July, it's going to say the same because they are already shortened words. Like the words are already short. Like May is three letters, June, July is four letters, right? So it's already short. So we are going to fill in the missing months abbreviation, right? For example, Jan, mm, March. What are we missing over there? We have Jan, and March. What is the missing month of the year after January? So we have January. No, we have Jan. Then we have a missing one. Then we have March. So which month of the year is missing? It's January. What is after January before March? All right. And if we were to fill in the missing months abbreviation, and then we are going to say it is February because we have Jan, then our missing one is going to be Feb. Remember capital letter and we end it with a period. So it's Jan, Feb, and then March, right? So well done. And if, for example, it gets to the abbreviation of May, June, July, and then it's going to stay the same, right? Because May is not abbreviated, right? Like, for example, over here, we have March, April. What is the missing abbreviated word? So March, April. What is after April? All right. And our missing abbreviated word would then be May, right? So since May is already short, we write down that full word May. No. You see, here it says you answered June, but it's not June because we have March, April, then May, and then after May we have June. You see, these activities they want to confuse you. So they put there you answered June, but now then afterwards they tell you if the answer is correct or not. All right, so we chose May. So now let's go to our test where we are going to abbreviate the months of the year. We need to abbreviate the months of the year. We have October, we have November. Which one is the missing months of the year? Is it December or is it Jan? All right, so we said October. November. Is it going to be December or is it going to be January that comes after November? All right. And if we were to choose the correct one, then yes, we say it is October, November, and December comes after November. So well done. It says June, July. Do we say August or do we choose September? All right. So we can say it's June. Then we have July. And then after July, we have August. So well done. August is correct. Then January. Do we say Feb, March, or do we say Jan, April, March? Which one is correct? All right. So we said it is Jan, Feb, March, right? Then we have September. Do we say December, November? Or do we say September, October, November? Which one is the correct one over here? All right, so the last one we can say September. Yes, October and then November. Because December comes after November, right? So well done. So far, we have abbreviated the days of the week, we have abbreviated the months of the year, and we said that when we abbreviate days of the week or the months of the year, it needs to be capitalized, right? The first word, letter of the word needs to be capitalized. And when we shorten it, right, and then we, after the shortening it, it needs to end with a period. That is when we abbreviate a word. So we said with that we have our days of the week as well as our months of the year. So both days of the week as well as months of the year, if we shorten those words, so we need to start with a capital letter, and that shortened word ends with a period, right? So now we're going to abbreviate people's titles. So when it comes to abbreviating people's titles, right? An abbreviation, of course, we said is a short version of a word. It's like we have shortened that word, right? And people's titles, it is often abbreviated in both formal language as well as in informal language. So in both formal writing as well as informal writing. And we're going to look at the common abbreviations for people's titles, starting with, I think, the most common abbreviated one that I think most people know is saying doctor. I think that is the most common one that people know because even if you don't even write the whole word down, you'll use, for example, DR. Right? So, for example, if doctor is our, let's say, our noun. If I just say like, no, I'm going to the doctor, right? The doctor examined me. But now if we abbreviate that word, then it's going to be DR and a period. And even go with our titles, right? Our titles needs to be in capital letters. And then once we shorten those words, it needs to end with a period. All right. And if we were to abbreviate the other words, right? And then look at the word captain. Okay, Mr. can also be an abbreviated word. So then Mr. would be MR and not forgetting the period. The same with Miss. MS and we put a period. Or unless, you make mention of somebody that is married and then it's Mrs. And like I said, it needs to be with a capital letter. Okay, so Mr. would be then the most common abbreviated word. And then we have captain, right? And captain, the shortened version of captain is almost like saying capped. The shortened version of junior is JR. Mr. Yeah, we have Mr. like you have made mentioned. You see, it needs to be capital letter with a period. Don't forget the period at the end of that abbreviated word. And then we also have private. It's like Private Ryan. So we have private, professor is prof. Like at the universities, instead of saying the full word professor, they would call the professor like by its abbreviated title, which is just prof. Then if we have a representative, we can just say it is the rep. It's like maybe the rep of the schools came to visit today, right? So we say it is the rep. Then reverence of a church, we would say it's the rev. Saint, right? It's ST period. Sergeant, senator, and senior, right? So those are but a few common abbreviations for people's titles. And when we abbreviate people's titles, right, you need to write it with a capital letter. All right. So we said that an abbreviation is a short version of the word. People's titles are often abbreviated in both formal and informal writing. and we went over a few abbreviated words. And remember, abbreviation needs to be capitalized and it needs to end with a period. I honestly don't know. I don't know why we say PVT instead of PRI. I'm really not sure. I cannot end it soon. I need to end it 45 minutes on the dot. Right? All right, let's go to our test. So now we're going to our test and we're going to abbreviate people's titles. And when we identify people's titles, especially here, it says Daniel Maynard, right? Senior, and his son owns a small clothing store in Kingwood. We need to abbreviate that title, right? Do we say senior as in the full word senior, or do we say SR period as an abbreviated word for senior? So we say Daniel Maynard, senior, and his son owns a small clothing store in Kingwood. Senior. How do we abbreviate the word senior? Yes, so senior, don't forget the period at the end of that word, right? But well done. Senior, which is SR period, is our correct answer. Representative Nancy Pelosi became the first woman speaker of the House in 2006. So, representative, how do we abbreviate representative? Is it still option one, the whole word representative, or is it option two, where we just say rep? Remember, it needs to be capitalized when you abbreviate the word. Capitalize the word. Yes, lovely. Capitalize the word. So it needs to be a capital R. Yes, like rep, capital R. Right? So we can say Representative Nancy Pelosi. So rep Nancy Pelosi. And rep is short for representative. So well done. Senator Henry Dodge and his son Augustus served in the Senate at the same time. So, senator, how do we abbreviate the word senator? So, we need to abbreviate the word senator. All right. And if we were to abbreviate the word senator, right, then yes, remember when we abbreviate the word, the word needs to start with a capital letter and it ends with a period. That is when we abbreviate or shorten that word, right? So yes, we will go to the second option, which is sen and period. Then Sergeant Stubby, a short-tailed dog, comforted the soldiers in his unit during World War One. Sergeant Stubby, a short-tailed dog, comforted the soldiers in his unit during World War One. We need to abbreviate the word sergeant. All right. So if we were to identify and abbreviate this word sergeant, then yes, it will be the second option. So well done. Well done. All right, let's do our last one and then we are done for the day. It says, according to Dr. Harding, chocolate is dangerous for dogs. According to Dr. Harding, chocolate is dangerous for dogs. So if we abbreviate doctor, is it option one where we write the whole word doctor, or option two where we say DR full stop, period, doctor? All right, and if we were to identify, right, our abbreviated word, then we would say it is the second option for doctor. Remember, we need to write it with a capital letter and it ends with a period if we shorten that word, right? All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on abbreviations, right? And we see that we abbreviate words, and abbreviations are shortened versions of a specific word. We abbreviated the days of the week, months of the year, as well as titles. When we abbreviate days of the week and months of the year, then it's going to be the first either three or four letters of that specific words, right? And with months of the year, if the words are already shortened, right, with like the months, then we do not abbreviate those words. So this is the end of our lesson on abbreviations. Thank you very much, grade 4, for joining the class. Thank you for interacting, and I really hope that you're going to have a good day further. Goodbye. Have a good evening.